Welcome students. Now here we have been discussing in our previous two videos how to tackle indirect speech. Now handling of indirect speech becomes easy if we know the basics of it. If the basics you remember and practice in the exercises, there is nothing easier than converting a speech. Most reporters earn a living by doing that. They write articles in indirect speech, recollecting their thoughts and recollecting their experiences and so on and so forth. If you want to make a career by reading English, now every subject is a potential career in the modern world. Everything has a market, and it's upon you how good you can market yourself. So let's begin our third and final video where we will solve some exercises as well. Now, if you have to change a statement into an indirect speech, what is the process? Any statement means assertive sentence. The sentence is already assertive and you have to just convert it into indirect, from direct to indirect. So that should not be too much of a challenge. Let's see first one, changing statements into indirect speech. The reporting verb said to is changed to told, replied, remark. If the reporting verb is said to, you change it to told, replied, or remarked. Second one, the reporting verb is not followed by an object. It is not changed. If it is not said to, if it's only said, then you don't change it. It remains the same. So remember, be very careful. This is where the student make mistake. If there is said to is followed, said is followed by to, then you change it to told, replied, remark, depending on the mood of the speaker. But if it's just said, you change nothing. Third, the inverted commas are removed. The conjunction is used to connect the reporting clause with the reported speech. And the fourth is, the rules for the change of pronouns, tenses, etc. are followed. Same rules. You don't have to make any adjustment, and you don't have to ignore any law over there. So changing assertive sentence into indirect speech is not that tough. Just only one thing additional that you have to remember is, if there is said to, you change it to told, replied, or remarked. Direct speech. Now this is an example. Ram said, I saw a lion in the forest. He's making a statement, what he saw. So how we change it? Ramu said that. See, said is not followed by to. So it will remain said, and then inverted comma and comma will be removed by that. The I pronoun will change into third person because Ramu is third person. So it becomes he. Ramu said that he had seen a lion in the forest. Now the second example is with the said to one. Satish said to me, I am very happy here. What does the indirect speech become? Satish said to. It can be removed by told. Now if I add, I asked Satish, how was he feeling there? So answer would be, Satish replied to me that he was very happy there. So now these comes with certain extra rules, which is interrogative sentence, which are question sentence, sentences that ask a question. In direct speech, you ask a question directly. Then how it has to be changed into an assertive sentence, a statement. Instead of it sounding like a question, it should sound like a statement. So reporting verb say is changed to ask, inquire. You can use any of the two, either of the two. The interrogative sentence is changed into a statement by placing the subject before the verb and the full stop is put at the end of the sentence. So in interrogative sentence, the verb is always placed before the subject. Was I dreaming? It is in an interrogative sentence. Ram said comma, inverted comma. Was I dreaming? Right, right. If he was, Ram asked if he was dreaming. So it becomes from it was moves after he, and it becomes an assertive sentence, right? If interrogative sentence has a WH word, who, when, where, how, why, etc. WH word is repeated in the sentence, it serves as a conjunction. If the interrogative sentence is a yes no answer type sentence with auxiliary verbs am, are, was, were, do, did, have, shall, etc., then if, whether is used as conjunction. Example of the second one, if there is a who word, Ram shouted, who's there? So Ram asked, who is there? Ram asked, comma, inverted comma, who is there? Ram asked, who was there? So who becomes as a conjunction. You don't use a that. Don't use Ram asked that. This who WH word itself becomes a conjunction. In interrogative sentences that begin with am, are, was, were, do, did, have, shall, if it's a yes no question basically. If the question, the answer could be yes or no, then if and whether is used as a conjunction. The auxiliary do, does, did in positive questions is in the reported speech are dropped. The conjunction is not used after the reporting clause, right? So it's not, that is never used when they are converted into statements. This is a common mistake that students make. They deliberately end up adding that. I hope this is clear. There are 4 examples I have given. That I said to him, where are you going? So indirectly, I asked him where he was going. See, you is the subject and are is placed, verb is placed before it, it becomes interrogative, and he is the subject and was is placed after it. So it becomes an assertive sentence, a statement. He said to me, will you go there? This is a yes or no question. So he asked me if I would go there. Will becomes would as per the law. You've seen the chart, how to change this. Go there. My friend said to Deepak, have you ever been to Agra? It is also an yes no question, simple. It will be, the conjunction would be if, and the rest of the rules become same. You change the position of the verb. And I said to him, did you enjoy the movie? Again, yes no question. So, if or whether, I asked him whether he had enjoyed the movie. Now, changing of commands, requests into indirect speech. This is imperative sentences. In case of imperative sentence, you have to change it again into assertive sentence. What are the rules? In imperative sentences having commands, the reporting verb is changed into command, order, tell, allow, request, etc. You see, reporting verb will be he ordered him that, he asked him that, he told him to, he requested him to. And the imperative mode is changed into infinitive mood by putting to before the verb. In case of negative sentences, the auxiliary do is dropped and to is placed after not. Right? The second rule is very important. You look at it carefully. Now some examples. She said to me, open the window. She ordered me to open the window. The captain said to the soldiers, attack the army. The captain commanded the soldiers to attack the army. See, to has been added in every sentence. I said to him, leave this place as one. I told him to leave that place at once. The teacher said to the students, listen to me attentively. The teacher asked the students to listen to him attentively. Right? Sentences with let. Let is used in various meanings. Let is made as a proposal. First change the reporting verb into proposed or suggested. Use should instead of let. You have the example over here. Let us go home is changed into he suggested to me that we should go home. So let is removed and should is used. Let is to allow, let him come in, let him go. So in indirect speech, we change the reporting verb to requested or ordered, depending on the mood of the speech. We start the speech with to. Ram said to Mohan, let him do it. Ram ordered Mohan to let him do that. Or Ram told Mohan that he may be allowed to do that. Exclamation or wishes. Sometimes exclamatory sentences contain exclamations like hurrah, alas, heavens, bravo, etc. Such exclamatory words are removed in the direct speech, in the indirect speech, and we use exclaimed with sorrow, exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with surprise, etc. instead of said. Why? We have to change it into assertive sentence. Use exclaimed in place of said. In indirect sentences, we use exclamatory sentences as statements. Indirect speech begins with the full stop is used instead of exclamation mark. Now here are a few exercises. I am leaving you with them. You can pause the video and try and solve them. If I can remove my face from here so that you could see a few questions that you are not able to see. This is fair enough, right? So this is one of them. The image quality is decent. You can try and solve this. Right, once again my image is disturbing you, so I just try to put it at a corner. Right, the next one, this one is decent. Try doing it by pausing the video. These two, right, few more. So that will be all, children, for this week. I suggest you take proper care of yourself, stay at home, don't go outside, avoid the spread of COVID, and be well, study hard. Finals are almost knocking at the door, and before that you will get ample practice in your class test 4. So till we meet again in my next video, goodbye, and you take good care of yourself.